the ever so uncommon mill druid. I really want to
There's
see
the
one.
mill druids.
Oh man, I want to see one.
There's the Malygos druids as well. Don't
Yeah,
forget that.
sure. Yeah, the Tides of Time special, right?
Sure.
I haven't seen it work once though, so
Not in tournament format, but I've seen it
no.
work plenty on live.
Yeah, on ladder, yeah, but then it's like the one game where you win, it really stands out, and you just forget about all the losses. It's like okay, I didn't draw that. Oh, okay, I didn't draw auction or
Sure.
whatnot.
It's a whiz power deck. You're just trying to win once with it, so that way you can say you won with it.
Yeah, exactly. So it looks like the series is tied up. Man, these games are really really close. So
Sure.
yeah, Xiao Yuan will have to pick another deck to go against Druid, which is really just good against all matchups. Even in all matchups. So let's go right into the game and see what he decides to pick. Oh, I saw
It is
yeah,
a rogue.
Yeah, it's a rogue. It's a rogue.
And I was just kind of confused because Wayne Moon's the one who started off with rogue, correct? So therefore, now he's busting out his own rogue, which is a
Okay.
pretty solid choice, I think.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great. And of course, the Innervate Yeti, always great. But if he does Innervate the Yeti, he only has only has a hero power next turn. He really wants to
Yeah,
Considering-
he's gonna get sapped.
Yeah, he is.
like-
So
And then he's just gonna hero power pass, and that's gonna feel very bad. It's like,
Yeah.
meh.
really,
Well,
I would trade a sap for Innervate coin any day of my life.
surprise Yeti into a just kidding. That's what's about to go down.
I mean, you have to sap it, right? The thing.
Yeah, you're gonna be taking 8 to 12 damage if you don't. So
Do not want that.
you absolutely need to deal with it.
All right.
That's why maybe if you keep the Innervate and then save it for turn 2, and then turn 3 you have the Harvest Golem, and turn 4 you might draw into a 5-drop like an Azure Drake or Druid the Claw.
Yeah.
Then you have a appropriate use of Innervate without losing momentum against Rogue.
Sure, but then the thing is, if they don't have sap, you go so far ahead. So sometimes it's just like a calculated risk, and waiting.
That's true.
That it's worth the risk.
That's true. But see, he picked up the Azure Drake, and I feel like that's just a cleaner curve overall. And essentially he missed 2 mana. He gained 2 mana, and he missed 2 mana. Like the hero power, you can make a case that you get the 2 life differential with the armor and the attack.
Okay.
But in the end, it's essentially like your Innervate not only lost you, like it took a sap, but you lost 2 mana in the process, so you actually net 0 from that.
Okay.
In which case,
Yeah,
like that's
you
the
can see
theory.
it that way. Yeah.
That's the theory.
But the
Like, I'm just
Assassin's
telling you what
Blade.
other pros tell me, Amaz.
Oh yeah, I mean that's true. I mean I understand, I get it, but I mean the thing is, you would still be very happy if you're the SAP user, right? You'd just be very happy.
Sure.
But anyways, Assassin's Blade is a big pickup, I think, for Xiao Yuan.
I mean, I see a lot of these Chinese players playing Ooze though, so I'm not exactly sure like how
yeah.
great it is, but we'll see. And I think dealing with this Yeti is a really smart move, just because again, Assassin's Blade, as much as it's nice, you're still going to be taking massive damage. I think Xiaoyan's playing respectful to the Druid. He's really making sure that he doesn't take too much damage early on, realizes the range and potential of Druid, and says, I just want to play as defensive as possible. And he drew his gadgets in, so he does even have like a follow-up to this.
Right. And even the Assassin's Blade with the Deadly Poison, that's like, all druid creatures are usually like 5 health. The only 6 health creature is like a Druid the Claw, right? So he can just begin stabbing away, even going for the face for 20 damage. It's huge.
Whoa! Two
Wow.
great back-to-back top decks.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
pretty nice.
So would you use, your weapon here, or would you just throw down the Auctioneer here?
Auctioneer Conceal is so tempting because you also have the preparation, but what you can do to follow up, if you save your Assassin's Blade, is that you have all these things to kind of continue to push it out, so...
Right. You're kind of summoning a 5 attack minion if you use the Assassin's Blade, and you can just attack.
Yeah.
So you can keep clearing the board, as opposed to the Auctioneer dropping down and
Sure.
not doing anything, and taking 6 damage plus the Adric stays alive. So I agree with the weapon play here.
It's the mana efficient play as well, because you don't get the guarantee that you'll be able to use something off what Gadget's in, or you won't be able to squeeze in something with the 1 mana next turn, but Gadget's in has a lot of flexibility to squeeze in that 1 mana.
All right. So what Raining Moon is like doing is similar to the previous series, where you assume that you have the combo, and
Yeah.
want to get your opponent down to 14 health as soon as you can. Okay.
So he basically is just gonna go off with the draws this game
Yep.
or this turn right now.
Oh, we switched
sorry,
perspectives here. Yep.
Yeah, the perspective flipped on me. Totally tripped me out for a second.
Uh-huh. So I guess he just prep the shiv, attack the face, 17 health. I
Has
think
to.
this is gonna go be a heal, right?
You want to just because your 17 on turn 8 is just basically like nothing. Like Miracle can just do so much. So I
Right.
think you have to in this respect.
And the thing
It's
is, you
just
don't
kinda
really need more
sad.
cards. So, right?
Oh, that's a great point, Amaz.
Yeah, you don't need more cards.
The only
You
card you're
actually win
fishing
with
for
like
is
what
that.
you have on the board right now, plus the cards in your hand.
That's true. The only thing that you would like is Savage Roar, so that way you can finish off the job.
Oh yeah, that's a good card to get. Oh, the backstab.
Excellent.
That is a good top deck.
Leroy. Wait.
Wait. Wait a minute.
17 damage.
No, not quite. I mean, he might be a goblin, like do Leroy anyways, and shall step into like
Yeah.
deadly poison or something. But I guess the
Yeah.
adversary is a bit safer. Why take a risk, right? When you can just be safe.
Sure, and go for the guaranteed win next turn. He's really hoping that his opponent doesn't have an Innervate, Savage Roar, Force Nature, but if he didn't have it last turn, most likely he doesn't have it this turn.
Sure, that makes sense. So what do you do here? Do you wrath for a card?
Well, first you're like wondering, oh my god, he got double concealed gadgets in. Who does that? That's the first thing I think of. I'm like,
Okay.
oh my goodness, who still does this? And then I try to think of a play.
Ugh.
The thing about dropping like a heal is that he's showing 13 damage, which
Yep.
means he only needs 5 more. So what you need to do is hope he doesn't have the damage and remove what he has. But the only way I can see it is using some of his removal, which just feels weak. I wouldn't necessarily even use Force Nature. I'd just probably use a Swipe or even Azure Drake Wrath. See what you
Okay.
get. But I don't know, what would you do here, Amaz?
I'm not really sure about this deck, but if I'm only running Druid of the Claw, I would Wrath here for a Druid of the... I don't know. I mean, you still can't kill the Azure, so it's kind of the same thing as Ancient of Lore healing. So,
Yeah, precisely.
I mean, if he drops the Azure, I'm tempted to think that he has a Sun Fury. So
It's not... Actually, you could be right. He could be running something like Sun Fury.
Yeah, but he's not dropping
But-
Azure, so I don't think he's running Sun Fury.
Hmm.
Because, yeah, that's like an extra out, which is like a good out, but... I mean...
Oh, I don't know. That's...
But no, I mean, I don't think he even has an option here, right? I mean, he's just dead next turn.
I think so, but you kind of have to dig through your deck to see what you at least can do from that perspective. Like, at this point, like, your Miracle only had to dig for 5 damage, and then holding 7 cards, there's just no possible way you wouldn't be able to have it.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't really matter then.
And yeah, it seems that Xiaoyan is going to take game number 3. It's going to be 2-1. And using a Miracle Rogue, which was, that was a pretty convincing win.